Hello everybody and welcome to, let's look at Monster Loves You. I just purchased this on Steam for $5. It's basically on a flash sale or mid-week madness or whatever the fuck it's called. And I just thought, hey, this game looks really cool and really cute. I haven't actually even pressed this play button yet. I thought I would go through this with you guys from the very beginning. I haven't experienced a single second of this game, so I have no idea what to expect. Alright, help me begin your story. How does it go again? Long ago, deep in the forest, monsters called the whale mist. The hell's a whale mist? That's right. Long ago, nestled in the heart of the forest, was the monster village of Omen. You are born from slime that holds the memory of monsters known for... well, actions and attitude, obviously. You're not awake yet, but soon your first eye will open. Your simple dreams will give way to life itself. You dream of... fighting an alien, screaming, facing frightening enemies unafraid, protecting innocent monsters from harm. Facing frightening enemies unafraid. Okay. Bravery. Your body is turning and twisting, growing solid in the middle of a great vat of green slime. It is time to be born. Okay, so apparently this game is about making a monster. Well, you are the monster, basically. And you're gonna lead this monster through life. And, depending on the choices you make, like, different outcomes can happen. I'm not exactly sure how it works. Like I've said, I've only seen the trailer. Like, I don't know anything. Alright, be born. You awaken in the thawing season when the ground is soft and wet. Onward! Your eye is open. You're a morsel just barely born. You float in the spawning vat. Dozens of other morsels are exploring, flailing and stealing food from each other. Kick out your legs. You bend and squirm, making your tiny legs grow and strengthen. Somewhere around the spawning vat. Your legs are strong, but more importantly, you feel no fear. Darn straight. You paddle in a circle, then go back and forth, ignoring other morsels who hiss and spin at you. Keep swimming. Another morsel swims towards you. It opens its mouth to show you a small set of sharp teeth. Or a set of small sharp teeth, sorry. It bites you. What? This is intolerable. Stop that biting. You pause, unable to believe that another morsel is trying to eat you. After a moment, you snap out of it and start to move again. Kill it. You rip into the violent morsel. It has fangs, but you have claws. Keep fighting. Rawr. Your first snarl. Excellent. When the fight is over, you're chewing on the other morsel's eye, which is all that remains. Serve that morsel right. Splash, flutter, splish, squeak. Another morsel is too weak to swim properly. It's sinking towards the bottom of the vat. What are you talking about? I would go down there and eat it. Well, too bad, but these things happen. You watch the half-formed baby monster slip beneath the surface. It begins to break apart. Yeah, swim down and take a bite out of the weakling. You dart in and rip a chunk out of the slimy body. It's good. So delicious, in fact, that you find yourself eyeing other morsels, the strong as well as the weak. Belly's full, so they're safe. For now. You have grown too big for the spawning vat. You must move on to the next stage of life and become a monsterling. Any advice? You're going to get into some trouble, which is great. Exercise your bravery, cleverness, ferocity, kindness, and honesty. What kind of monster will you be? Indeed, to the brood cave and adventure. Alright, so 8 days left, whatever that means. The top bit shows how many days you have left until your next stage of life, and the bottom shows how much respect you have amassed, 0 points out of a total of 100. Okay, what's respect? Indeed, a lot of people might be asking that these days, especially on the internet. Impress other monsters and they'll talk about how amazing you are. The more respect you gain in the early stages of life, the greater power you'll wield later on. Gotcha. And what is this? Oh. Okay, didn't want that. I was afraid it didn't save my game there for a second. Bravery is your capacity to overcome fear and intimidation. One demonstrates bravery through courageous actions. Your bravery score is 9 out of 100. Cleverness. Cleverness, wit, brain is how strong your mind is and how well you can suss out non-violent solutions to problems. Your cleverness score is 0. Sometimes you need to be cruel. Can you bring yourself to tear a wolf apart with your claws to show you're a monster? How about its cubs? Your ferocity score is 18 out of 100. Honest monsters are known for their truthfulness, loyalty, and commitment to justice. If you're known for honesty, others will trust you more. Your honesty score is 0. Kindness is the genuine desire to help others without expectation of reward. Healers tend to be kind. Your kindness score is 0. Alright, well, let's click on the adventure button. Choose your adventure. I do like to eat. Hamrag, an old monster, brings a big sack full of squirming rats into the cave. As he heads for the spawning vat, he trips and all the rats spill out onto the floor. Gobble up some rats. You block the escapes of a dozen rats. Other monsterlings are closing in, but you have control of this group for now. How many will you eat? As many as I can. You have to fight some of the other aggressive monsterlings, but before Hamrag is back on his feet, you've filled your belly to bursting. Okay, that sounds like me. Alright. What is this? You're chatting with Gobclaws and Blitztree when a foul stench wafts in. Monsterlings all over the cave were shivering and holding their noses. Yuck, what is it? It's Blotz, Gobclaw says. Someone's gotta tell him. He stinks, but not the way monsters should. Blotz sees your group and makes his way over. Gobclaws and Blitztree retreat. Ugh. His tower stinks. Get away! Kindness 0'd, cleverness 0'd. Yeah, I don't care. You throw a bit of rotten lichen at Blotz, which actually makes him smell a little better. He slumps and waddles away. Okay, well, good thing my kindness and cleverness was all, well, was it honesty? I think it was kindness. Well, they're already 0, so whatever. You, Nash, and Blitztree are wrestling near a big clay jar. You knock the jar off its ledge and it breaks into 100 pieces. You catch Elder Marinus out of the corner of your eyes. Stay mum. Nobody asked. Marinus approaches, shaking her head. Run! Run away quickly. You flee. Blotz follows you, scared out of his wits. Behind you, Elder Marinus roars, "Who broke my jar?" Keep hiding. You don't come out of hiding for some time. By the time you return, everyone has cleared out. You got away with it. I think getting away with it is more important than being brave in that sense. Okay. Elder Jaggery walks into the cave, rocking from foot to foot. He howls and slams into a wall, then falls unmoving to the floor. Monsterlings scatter away from his still form. Examine him closely. You've never seen a monster look this hurt before. Usually you can get smashed to a pulp and be up in your feet again by dinner time. Jaggery's body is really damaged. That's scary. Elder Jaggery walks into the cave. What? Oh. Oh, okay, because I did a observation, it just told me what there is to observe. Well, okay, well, he is a fellow monster. Someone's gotta help him. You creep over, afraid but determined, and see a human's metal knife stuck in Jaggery's back. He's leaking from the wound. You think he might die before help can get there. Pull out the knife. Oh. Advanced neurosurgery? What? What the You grasp the knife in your little claws and pull, then rock it back and forth and pull some more. A gush of red covers you, but Jackery starts to breathe normally. Neuroscience. Really. You are halfway towards becoming an adolescent. Firm up your personality as much as you can. Oh, okay, so I think one adventure has been consuming one day? But what is this? Oh, respect, right. Oh my god, I'm dumb. I've already forgotten. Spider? Something is scurrying along the walls and the ceiling and the floor. Spiders as big and round as plates. They're swarming into the cave. You can't tell if they're friend or foe, not flow. Confront them. One does not simply walk into plate spiders. How will you approach them? Ask them what they want. The other monsterlings look at you as though you've gone mad, but they change their minds when the largest spider asks for directions to the whale mist. We got lost. So sorry to bother you. Help them out. You tell the lead spider, go out that way, then turn left, then just stay on the street until there is no street anymore. Everybody laughs as the spiders depart. Well then. I didn't expect to be getting so much kindness points. 30? Do I seriously have the most kindness points out of... Okay, ferocity, I have a bit more. Oh, okay, that... I'm kinda confused. How does that work? That must... Bronze one must be ones. What are... I don't know. I honestly don't know. Maybe that's a 20 and that's a 10? Maybe. This one. This tree climbs on top of the lichen pile. She refuses to let any other monsters or monsterlings eat, proclaiming herself ruler of lichen pile. Charge at Bliss Tree. You charge at Bliss Tree like a whirling ball of claws. Your ferocity is so manifest that as she leaps down and glides away, she nearly soils herself. Now you can be ruler of the lichen pile. Am I even pronouncing that word correctly? Lichen? I don't think it's lichen. That just sounds really weird. I don't know, like, English is actually my second language if you guys didn't know, so sometimes I'll run into words that I just have no idea how to pronounce if I've never heard anyone say it before, and I've never heard anyone say lichen before. Anyways, Nash spies a delicious mousehead mushroom. Mine! She plucks it from the floor, but it tumbles from her claws and bounces into a dark crevice into the wall. Get it? Okay, how? Fish out the mushroom with something sticky, crawl inside and get the mushroom. Yeah, crawl inside and get the mushroom. It's dark and you scrape your sides terribly against the rock, but you quickly recover the mushroom and eat it for yourself. Good, that's exactly what I wanted. I was afraid it was gonna make me, like, return it to her against my will, but honestly, I just wanted to eat it. You and Nash spot Bliss Tree and Smark playing a game. Nash says, I've got an idea. What? I know who Bliss Tree and Smark are. They're other monsters. What? Okay, what's Nash's idea? Nash says, look at the mushrooms all over the place. I hear they're tasty and they won't miss a few if we take them. Yeah, help Nash steal the mushrooms. You creep close to the game. Bliss Tree and Smark are about to figure out some rule about placing the mushrooms with spots on them. They don't notice you. Take all the mushrooms for yourself? Duh. You shove Nash aside and charge Smark and Blunt. They react without thinking and knock you back. Nash slips away with some mushrooms, as the other two thrash you without mercy. Aww. I didn't get any mushrooms. Oh my, you wake up and find that you're no longer a little monsterling. You're growing up. Wow. Elder Marinus calls the oldest monsterlings to gather in a group. You're one of the oldest ones now, so you should join them. She looks grave. Go with Elder Marinus. Marinus shuffles down the long tunnel, turning this way and that among dozens of forking passages. Keep going. Marinus stops in a warm, humid chamber with a pit in the floor. She points to the pit, which seethes with thick mist. Jump right in. You fall and fall some more. And fall, and you're falling. And other monsterlings are falling? Yes, some of them are crying. And you can't see through the mist. Or is it fog? Maybe clouds. Moans and groans and whispering screams. Where is this? It must be somewhere. You land on smooth, flat stone. Despite the swirling vapor, this floor is as dry as bone. You hear other monsterlings breathing nearby. Some of them are still above you, still falling. Get out of the way. You rejoin some of the monsterlings at the edge of the mist. There are more passages out of here than you can count. Some monsterlings begin to panic, while others look determined. You should take charge. The other monsterlings watch you curiously. Lead the way! You strike out with courage and confidence. The other monsterlings follow you. Choosing turns and forks at random, you soon walk into a cave full of even thicker mist. Such thick mist. The chamber swirls with mist, smoke, fog, and vapor, except it's not any of those things. It's ghosts. Hundreds of them, large and small, they're everywhere. Spooky. One by one, the pale ghosts begin to turn their attention to you. Their eyes glow different colors. Stand fast. The ghosts speak in many voices, all hollow and distant. All in unison, they ask you, do you fear? Yes, this is scary. Your answer goes back to you louder and louder. You crouch down, trying to hide from the noise and fall unconscious. Sleep for a while. End of Monsterlinghood. Here's how you're doing. No respect yet, huh? Yep, okay. And just... this music, it reminds me of The Sims. It really sounds like something I'd hear on The Sims. Anyways. You wake up inside a well-appointed hovel. This is your home now. What should I be doing now? The more brave, clever, ferocious, kind, and honest you are, the more other monsters will respect you. Gain enough respect and you might someday affect important world events. Okay. Start living as an adolescent monster. You know, I'm really enjoying this so far. I mean, I know it's just been like reading and clicking buttons basically, but it's actually been a lot more interesting and fun, I guess, than I thought it would be. This is a pleasant surprise. I like how this t-shirt says Dejoban Games, which I believe are the developers or publishers? I don't know, must be the developers, right? I honestly have no idea. But I think I'll just keep playing. I mean, I don't see any reason to stop, right? Enter the big bad world. Adventure in town. Is that supposed to be me? I am really fucking ugly. Choose your adventure. Clouds. Suddenly a stinging rain pours down. Everyone scatters and gets under cover, even Blistry and Smark. Oh, so they came with me, did they? Stinging rain, huh? How bad is the weather? It's just rain, water falling from the clouds. It does hurt a little. Sting, you know? Ow. Ow. That's like 100 needles on your hide. A brave monster likes the feel of nature on its face. Yeah, and a wise monster has enough sense to get in out of the rain. Fine. Sometimes really hard rain like this has been known to get stuck under monster skin like little splinters, and then you can hurt for days. Got it. Okay. I'm gonna run undercover then, I'm not gonna be stupid. While the rain pours down, you cuddle with Blistry and Smark on the bleachers. Cuddle? I'm just gonna wait quietly, thank you. Eventually the storm passes. Blistry says, come on Smark, let's see if any frogs or snails came out in the dam. They leave you behind. Oh, help me. about some more eating? You sniff the air. Sniff, sniff, sniff. Could that be frosting? Blotz greets you in Nash Nash with a fluffy pink cake. Nash Nash says Blotz says he stole this from a human child. How do you three share it? Well, I know what frosting is, but I'm gonna ask it anyways. What's frosting? 3 cups confectioner's sugar, 1 cup butter, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons whipping cream, whisk butter and sugar together for 5 minutes, add vanilla extract and cream, beat for a minute more. Thanks, game, for telling me how to make frosting. What does this even mean? It's a human cake, think about it, you know, like humans. Okay. I'm just curious what this is. Humans do a lot of things. Sometimes they talk all day, and sometimes they draw circles and cut them up with chalk. So are those humans. Figure this out using geometry. While you scratch out different percentages using dirt and stick, Nash and Blotz eat the cake, leaving you with nothing. At least you learned a little about math. Okay. That wasn't exactly what I wanted to do, but I was really curious what that option was even about. Okay, what is this? You and Gobclaws are playing Toss the Kitten. You're winning 2-0-1 when crash. You miss. Whoops. And the kitten shatters Hamrag's window. Oops, stick around. Hamrag comes crashing out of his hovel, still asleep, but all the way angry. Who did this? I'll drown you in the spawning ground. Like, that would be ironic. I cannot tell a lie. Hamrag whirls and glares at you so hard you feel heavy and hot. His eyes begin to shine with a weird red light. Oh, really? Perhaps we should have been more careful. Okay, honesty, really? Hamrag yells until he gets tired. As an afterthought, he grabs the kitten from you and eats it before slamming his front door. Globclaw sighs. Who's gonna eat that kitten? Well, I'm not getting any respect because I'm not getting my main quote-unquote skills or whatever attributes above. Right? Is that what's happening? I don't know. What is this all about? Today it's a holiday, Poke the Bear Day. Monsters have been planning pranks for days. You all head out to the bear caves. Poke the Bear Day? What's that? It's a day when the elders take younger monsters to show their ferocity by taunting and bothering an especially big, strong pack of talking bears. Okay. Well, let's do it. You join the crowd of monsters, shuffling, walking, skipping, and scuttling through the woods. Soon you have reached the caves. The bears are already outside, watching and waiting. You know, I mix those two up. Poke the biggest bear, confuse a bear, find out if bears sneeze, chase a bear into a thorn bush. Yep. Growling, you steer a surprised bear straight into some black bushes, then trip and fall in yourself. Ouch. When you catch up, you find the bear happily eating berries. Unacceptable! Get that bear! The other monsters watch and nod as you kick the bear back out of the thorn bush, then chase him, whipping him with blackberry vines. Interesting. Squeak thud, squeak thud, squeak thud. You follow the odd sound until you find Gobclaws. She's dragging a dusty, broken wagon back home. Looks like hard work. Ask her what's in the wagon. The wagon's full of more wagon pieces. I might be able to put it back together. Can you help me? From her limp, you gather she has a busted leg at the moment. Well, you flex your claws, still not fully healed from a recent fight. You could hurt yourself if you help her. I don't know. Why would I help her? Yeah, I don't want to hurt myself. Fuck you, woman. Apologize, but decline. Cop Claus gets smart to help Lexter, and you see both of them fixing it, then crashing it, and fixing it again. So I got nothing out of that. Okay. You, Nash Nash, and the Scapegoat? Scapegoat? Okay. Are having an impromptu picnic in the street. The fresh moss you dunk in your tea is delicious. Some birds twittering and chirping in a friendly way circle and land among the crumbs. Okay. The birds start pecking at the crumbs, but then they start hopping onto you and pecking at you too. You have crumbs on you and they want them. Right now. See how they like it? Eat the fucking birds. You grab a bird and bite, or try to gobble it up in one bite. Unfortunately, your mouth isn't yet big enough, so you end up having to eat it in multiple bites. Messy. Nash Nash laughs as your bloody jaws creak and grind. Crunch. Wow. That is kind of frightening. The scapegoat looks on and nibbles some grass and the last of the bread. You offer it a wing, but it shakes its horned head. Nash Nash and you keep biting the birds until they're all dead. Why is this... Why is it like kind of translucent? Okay, Mopsy Morel slithers up to you and says, I wonder if you can confirm a rumor for me. Mopsy Morel? Or Morsel? Morel? Mushroom? Who? Mopsy Morel is an elder monster who's been around for a long, long time. She prints the Omen Harbinger, a short newspaper for monsters. You know, for the longest time I pronounced that word Harbinger because I just had never heard anyone say that word before. So, I had no idea. Mopsy Morel slithers up to you and says, I wonder if you can confirm a rumor for me. Okay. Hammerag was baking a special 6-part pie made from 6 kinds of pig, you know, a delicacy. Ask her to get to the point. The pie was cooling on a windowsill and vanished. Your friend Nash Nash was seen nearby just before, but not after the vanishing. What do you think about this? It's just like her to steal a pie, to be honest. Mopsy scratches some notes on a piece of torn paper. Interesting. What would you say about Nash Nash as a person? Tell the truth. Nash Nash is a violent thug with no regard for rules. Mopsy smiles. It's exactly what monsters will want to hear. She scratches a few more notes and slithers away. I don't give a crap about Nash Nash. Later, Nash Nash visits your hovel holding a freshly printed copy of the Omen Harbinger. When she leaves, you have 100 new paper cuts. What is with all these monsters being girls? I keep thinking of them as male, and then it keeps saying she. That's really unexpected. Especially since I didn't give my own gender in this game. Loud, drooly snapping sounds come from the square where you see Prufrock single-clawedly taking on the rampaging pack of wolves. He grunts to you for help. Are these wolves a threat? Any monster can defeat almost any animal with ease. You should be able to take care of them. Okay. Help them scare them away. Making your ugliest faces, you and Prufrock terrify the pack, scattering the wolves into the forest. Alright. Now what? Adolescence is fleeting. You have grown beyond youth and have become an adult. Yes. You have been dragged from your bed by your friends and neighbors. What, who, the where, why now? They tell you it's time to grow up. You're taken into the woods. The neighbors soar you into the center of a great circle of monsters, all older than you. They whisper to each other, then look at you, and whisper some more. Getting on. Monsters murmur and mutter, spit and snarl. They were deciding what best defines you as a monster. Wait patiently. After a while, the muttering stops, though the murmuring goes on for some time longer. Finally, the assembled monsters come to a decision. Well, what is it? The ring of monsters shuffles closer to you, forming a tighter circle. Elders loom over you, while the smaller adults crouch low. Your surroundings grow shadowy and dark. Wait, what's happening? This is the end of your adolescence. Your body becomes tougher, and other grown-up monsters will be more likely to listen when you speak. Okay. The ring of monsters shuffles closer to you, forming a tighter circle. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay, that's the same thing. Okay, what do they want from you now? You see concern in some of their faces, but very little respect. Yeah, because I didn't earn any. Does a monster need respect to grow up? You can become an adult without earning any respect, but when the time comes, all too soon, to become an elder, you'll dissolve and pass away without it. Wait for them to assign you a task. Claws scrape against claws, teeth clack against teeth, and snarls echo behind growls. You're ferocious, no doubt about that. Someone shakes out a sack. 5 angry weasels spill out in the circle. They hiss and charge at you. Yeah, kill them all. Huh. You jump high into the air with a terrible shriek, landing in the midst of startled weasel gang. Before they can escape, you scoop them all up into your mouth and bitten their heads off. Spray blood on the cheering crowd. Huh. Interesting. 82. Wow. You're an adult now. You'll grow stronger over time, but your personality is no longer as immutable as when it was when as mutable as it was when you were young. Onward to adult. Huh. There's more stuff to do. Interesting. 14 days. So this is really weird. Like, you have to choose the exact correct ones to stack up. Though I wonder, is it... like, if you get your ferocity to 100 before that growing up part, would you get more respect then? Or was that the only time that you could get respect? I don't know. I'll explore the wilderness. You're following a deer into the forest when the trail comes to an abrupt end just in front of the cave entrance. The hoof prints look strange, like the deer doubled back, walking backwards in its own tracks. It's a trap. Okay, so what do you do about it, smart monster? Clearly, you should fight the trap now. Turn the trap against the deer. You walk into the cave and find Hamrak taking one of his famous naps. The huge monster is known for his irritability when he's awakened. A twig snaps in the bushes. The deer is fleeing. Draw the deer closer. You shriek and crash, running your claws. Hamrak starts waking. Now, go! The deer has crept forward to watch you spring the trap, and it's caught by surprise as you leap back out of the cave. You kill it with a single swipe of your claws. That'll teach it. Hamrak stumbles out of the cave, half asleep but ready to fight. Excuse myself. Goodbye. Hamrak stretches his arms and glares at you as you slip away. He snorts, taking in the smell of the fresh deer carcass, and looks a little sad. Wait, why was the deer laying a trap for me? What? I don't understand. I guess. Snake moon is rising in the sky. It's time to gather snakes for the ritual. What the fuck is a snake moon? Sometimes the full moon has got shadows on it, and that's got to mean something. Monsters celebrate these shadows with snake soup. Huh. Set out to gather snakes. You wander the fields near Wilmist. It's easy to catch snakes, but every time you reach for another one, some of them squirm out of your grasp. Most of your snakes are getting away. Not anymore. They're not. Kill the snakes as you catch them. You come to the ritual with 10 snakes draped around your shoulders. You raid the other snakes. Monsters with your dead snakes. Oh, many of the other monsters brought live snakes, but they let you put your dead ones into the scaly cauldron. The monsters gather around the cauldron. Prufrock scrapes 2 sticks together to light a fire. It's going to be a fun night, and there was much rejoicing. Ah, so you can gain respect from these, I guess? I don't know. I don't think I'm doing very well at this game. I'm like spreading my points around too much. I should be focusing on one thing, but honestly, let's go for the blood splatter. You stalk the forest, hunting an elusive swift elk. Suddenly it emerges from the underbush, lowering its antlers and pawing at the ground. It's going to charge. Perfect. Tear it apart. The elk charges and you duck under it, slashing a hole in its chest, but instead of a heart you find nothing. The elk turns and catches you with its antlers and flings you into a tree. What the? The elk bounds away. It's unkillable. There's nothing that's unkillable after it. You keep chasing the elk until it pauses to drink from a stream. Then you spring at it without fear and tear it from limb, head from body, antler from skull. Whoa. Wait, what? How do you get kindness and honesty and what? His pieces are still twitching as you devour them. You're filled with a strange heat, but it soon fades. How bracing. The other monsters comment on the new swagger in your step as you return to onward. So apparently, it was a magical elk that gave me stats. Okay. It does seem to be a little more easier to gain respect here. I wonder if that means it wasn't possible to gain respect when you were a monsterling and adolescent? I don't know. Wild chickens are back in season, as delicious as they are mean. They're loose within the whale mist, and the monsters are all hunting them down. Get out there and hunt those wild chickens. Deep in the woods, you're looking for the chicken scratch when you literally stumble over a hen guarding a cluster of chicks. The hen clucks and claws at you. Fight the hen. Although the clucking makes your blood turn cold, you seize the great hen and fight until you're both a mess of feathers and blood. But victory is savory. Nash Nash cheers so hard that 2 chickens she hasn't killed yet escape her grasp. Huh. Alright. Oh? What is this? Humans? You hear Gritmitten telling younger monsters about the human that almost killed him. It's the pointy parts that get you, he says. Listen in. Always wait until the knife is pointing somewhere else, then run away. He turns to you and says, isn't that right? I guess so. Explain to the youngsters that a human knife is always dangerous. You calmly expand on Gritmitten's tale, sharing what you have learned about the frightening blades of the humans. The young monsters promise that they will treat such things with respect, even if nobody's holding one. We're struggling. All of Omen is abuzz. Elders glare angrily at everyone, then look back at the broken sign of the town gate. You look down at the little piece of the sign you're holding and blush. Wait, what did I do again? Coming back from a hunt, you were so full of high spirits that you jumped up and slapped the sign. You just slapped a little too hard with your claws. Yes? Listry spots the bit of sign that you're holding. Hey, don't tell anyone you broke, it'll get fixed. This'll all blow over, it's just an ill wind that blows nobody any good. Bygones will be bygones. What's she going on about? Listry is often accused of thinking she knows everything. This includes human cliches. All of them. Was that cliches or clicks? I don't know. This tree says, I can take care of this. Look, I took a bit of the sign too. I can slip some of the Viroc's hair when he isn't looking. Nobody ever believes him since he's always lying and stealing things. Come forth and admit your accidental crime. The gathered elders scowl at you. They take turns showing you out, which for monsters is more literal expression than you might expect. Ragged and bloody, you creep back to your hovel to heal. Jeez, nobody knows about accidents. You take solace in the fact that your honor is intact. You messed up, but you told everyone the truth, and everyone will remember that. More snakes. You take the lead on a hunt in the whale nest, but you've become separated from the group. Suddenly, you catch sight of something there. Where? Within that thicket. Rumor has it that an especially large, clever snake tricked Nash Nash biting her and then made her sick for days, and it's right there, waiting, watching. You've beaten and eaten snakes before, time to eat another. You slowly creep up on it, sharpening your claws. Suddenly you stop. A print in the dirt is clearly from Nash Nash's foot, and that's definitely dried monster blood around it. No, lure the crafty serpent into a trap so it can't bite you. You perch on a branch above a crude snare and beat two rocks together to attract the snake's attention. This goes on for some time. Keep beating those rocks. Suddenly the snake drops from the branch above you. You struggle, but it's too late. It crushes you with its terrible strength. Everything getting dark. The next thing you know, Nash Nash has pounced on the snake. She grabs its head and holds its mouth shut, keeping its fangs trapped. Still crushing. Nash Nash bites the snake's head off and swallows it. You gasp as the coils loosen. Nash Nash is carried through Omen by a group of cheering monsters while you are left to recover on your own. Aww. A small pack of elder monsters are huddled at the edge of Omen, watching the woods and discussing something in hushed tones. Listen in. Elder Hamrag is saying, this could simply be a rumor. We don't know why they're out there for sure. Ask what's going on. Hamrag says, some of the younger monsters have seen others in the whale nest. Monsters from no town we know of. Thin and cold, without food or shelter. Huh. Suggest everyone be on guard. Why? Green Blitz scoffs, that much is obvious, dunderhead. If we see stranger, we should drive them off or kill them. Well, that sucks. I've lost a lot of respect already. You show your newest collection of human artifacts to your neighbors. They seem suitably impressed and listen in. Say more. Just a little lie to keep things interesting. You tell about a talking fox. Those nuisances are everywhere lately. Tried to beat you in a riddle contest with the artifacts of the prize. I won the contest by biting his head off. How do they react? Everyone seems to believe you. They nod in admiration. Huh. Okay. You come upon the scene of 100 frogs all gathered on a stream bank. They're ribbiting back and forth in what is clearly a debate of some kind, watched by a stork. What are they arguing over? Half the frogs surround a log as though it is the leader. The other half are huddled at the feet of the somewhat bemused stork. What do frogs think of monsters? Frogs are afraid of anything bigger than them, which includes every monster ever, and every monster ever includes you. Alright, so they're fraidy frogs. That stork looks delicious. Grab it and have a snack. Ignoring the amphibian debate, you seize the stork and bite into its feathery body. By the time you've left, all the frogs have settled around the log. Mention the strange event back in tow. One of the elder monsters nods sagely. You just selected their new king for them. Nicely done. What? Okay. You're bringing home a human coat you found hanging on a tree when you see a cat waving at you. Wave back, or cats are bad news kind of. Wave back. The cat is standing on his hind legs wearing human boots and is indeed covered in human clothing artifacts. Save me, it cries, pointing to a wolf who has it cornered. Get the wolf. What? Attack the wolf cautiously. Something's not right. Well, another talking animal? What the hell? So many. Must be something in the water. Alright. You leap on the wolf, getting in, keeping an eye on the cat. Good thing too, since the minute your back is turned, he tries to take the coat you found. Well, the wolf gonna attack the cat. Keep fighting the wolf, otherwise I'm probably gonna be in trouble. You keep fighting the wolf, but after a moment it dissolves into a cloud of oily green mist. The mist vanishes into thin air and the cat is all gone as well. So confusing. Why did I get respect for that? Don't understand. More spiders. Today's the day of the spinner. Today's the day of the blah blah blah. Wow. Today's the day of the Spinner 500, the big spider race. Winners are regarded highly by all around town. Huh. Why would I do this? I'm not a spider. Let's do this? But your spider. Oh, as in my spider. What? I have a pet spider? But your spider hurt her leg this morning. Her leg again. What is with all these females in this game? I don't understand. Usually games are very centered on males. Okay, well what should I do? But my spider's hurt. It's a noble race. Watch with your spider. But if you enter the spider and it does horribly, then you'll be like the laughing stock, right? I don't really want to cheat. It's a noble race. Watch with your spider. With a tear and a smile, you and your spider watch from the stands. The spider sucks the butter out of a piece of popcorn and gives you 4 tiny thumbs up at once. She rubs her healing leg and says, "Next year's the year if a bird doesn't eat me." Okay. You and Nash encounter the Proud Bear. This is an honor and a problem. The Proud Bear has killed monsters, something rare in the animal kingdom. He stares at you. Consider the bear. The bear is so potent that it deserves capital letters when being referred to. He shines from within, radiating a light invisible to the eye but plain to the heart. You and Nash. Right. I don't think attacking it's gonna go well. Not cordially. The bear doesn't move. You go back the way you came. Yeah, I don't think I want to mix with that bear. You sit with Nash and Gobclaws on a tattered red blanket, eating cookies and talking about artifacts. What are artifacts? Artifacts are human-made objects. Many monsters collect them. All the garbage cans in Omen were collected from one human bus stop. Garbage cans from a bus stop? Interesting. Some are dangerous. Okay. You sit with Nationals, blah blah, continue the discussion. Gobclaw sighs. I really like artifacts. I want a nice big collection, but it seems like I can never find any good ones. You and Nash exchange glances. Nash runs a claw along the handlebars of her little scooter. You both know some good spots. Tell Gobclaws. Why not? There are so many humans in the world, you could probably find artifacts all over the fucking place. You open your mouth but gasp as Nash kicks you hard. Ascension whispers, that'll be less stuff for us. I don't care if you have less stuff, but if I do, you're in big trouble. She pokes you with her claws to make her point. Tell her anyways. Gob Claws licks her pincers clicks her pincers happily. She does a little dance of thanks. She scuttles off into the woods to check out the places you described. What about Nash Nash? Nash Nash makes good on our promise of big trouble in form of a thorough drubbing. You call back to your home exhausted and bleeding. Oh my. Well, I have 0 days left. You're growing old, my friend. Your body is very soft and you drip slime everywhere you go. It's getting hard to leave your hovel. Go and see a spine doctor. The doctor tells you that your time is almost up. You'll soon reach the end of adulthood and you'll either ascend to elder status or dissolve into slime. What happens to monsters who dissolve? Their bodies melt in the spawning vat, where their memories will nourish the minds of new generations of morsels. What happens to monsters who ascend? Those who manage to ascend become elders and live on to steer the fate of the monster kind. Can the doctor do something? The spine doctor says there is a treatment that might prevent your dissolution. The doctor says the treatment involves an extract taken from the tentacle ferns that grow in the whale mist. Okay. Follow the spine doctor's directions. You enter a whale mist in search of tentacle fern. They're common in these woods. You wade through a thicket of the sticky green coils, letting them brush against your hide until one latches firmly in place. That means it's ripe. You snip the fern with your claws. What's that sound? It's a little monsterling trying not to be noticed. Stop for a while. The little monsterling asks, why are you dripping so much slime? You look behind you and see a trail of goopy fluids. Explain about dissolution. The younger monster seems terrified at the thought of dissolving. She says, it's not fair. Animals live much longer than we do, and humans longer still. Tell her it's natural for monsters and nothing to fear. 2 different kinds of number 3, or +3 kindness. Why? You remind her that this is the cycle of life and that it's always been this way. We carry in us the remnants of thousands of monsters who came and went before us. She seems reassured. Explain about Ascendance. You point back towards Omen, and it's not over for everyone. If the other monsters respect you enough, you can live on as Elder, to share your wisdom directly and help care for the monsterlings. She says, I'd like to do that. Is that what you're going to do? Charlie, you can't ascend once you take your medicine. Which means that you have a few more things to do, but then you're going back to the spawning vat. She nods that. What? Wait, what? I'm confused. So if you take this medicine, then you can't actually ascend? Not that I think I'm going to ascend with the number of respect points I have, but I kind of want to see what the whole thing is without this medicine thing. I'm kind of confused by it. I probably wasn't paying enough attention when I read what it was explaining. Yeah, change your mind and go home without it. Doctor smiles as you turn to leave, so you've accepted your fate. That's the best. A group of elders is waiting at the door of your hovel. They've seen your drippings. They know it's time for you to dissolve or ascend. Alright, go with them. The elders of Omen surround you at the spawning vat. They've built a fire beneath a small cauldron. Your body is squishy and damp. Examine the cauldron. The rusty iron cauldron smells like electrical fluid and herbs from the whale mist. It's empty now, but soon it will hold blood and slime from many monsters. Alright, be tested. Try to ascend. A masked elder comes forward. She says, it's time to decide. All the elders growl and snarl. The masked elder claws herself. 3 drops of liquid splatters against the hot bottom of the empty cauldron. Thick vapors rise into the air. Is that blood or slime? Can't be sure. It depends on how much she respects you. Go on. The masked elder asks, who has already decided the fate of this monster? None of the other monsters come forward. They don't respect you very much. Aww. The masked elder has placed 5 flat stones on the ground before you. She says, choose one. Chance will guide your call. Look at the stones. Each stone is stained with old blood and polished by the touch of many a paw. You can't tell one stone from the others. Alright, pick one. The other side of the stone is etched with a crude glyph, sorry. It shows a monster frowning in concentration. The masked elder says, we will test your cleverness. Be tested. The masked elder emits a series of musical whistles and clicks and performs a complex dance. You've never seen these before. Now you do it. Copy every noise and movement. Do I have enough cleverness? So close. You missed one of the clicks and 2 of the dance steps. Failure. If only you had 4 left feet like Gritman. A few monsters hoot and snarl, but most of them watch you in silence. The fire dies down and the masked elder gestures to the remaining stones. Choose the next stone. As you reach for the stone, someone shrieks in the distance. All eyes turn in that direction. You realize you can peek on those stones if you're quick. I might need my honesty. You wait a moment and the shrieking dies away. All the others turn back to watch you. The other side of the stone is etched with a crude glyph. It shows a monster holding one claw up, speaking intently. Ah, honesty. But you have just passed that test. Yeah, that's what I thought. Smile and nod. You hold the cauldron, which contains the portentous infusion. It's heavy. Look in the cauldron. It's half blood and half slime. At least some of the elders support you. Alright, drink it. You drink the bubbling concoction, then belch and howl. Your body solidifies almost instantly. You're an elder now. Really? Wow! I got a lot of honesty points. A lot more than I thought I did. And I honestly didn't expect to become an elder. I honestly thought this was the end. Alright. You are now an elder. You are welcome in Snack, the oldest of the monster towns. In this stage of life, if you play your cards right, you'll be able to affect both the way monsters view humans and vice versa. Use your powers of persuasion wisely. Okay. So, I honestly don't know how much longer there is of the game, so I don't know if I want to keep playing and keep recording, or if I want to end this off here and let you guys figure out this end part yourselves. I have no idea. So for now, I think what I'm going to do is cut off the video here, and you know, I might record more, and if there isn't that much more to it, then I might not post it. If I if I really like the recording, then I might post it still, but if there's not much after this, then I'm probably not going to post it. I mean, if there is too much after this, I'm probably not going to post it, is what I mean. So, I'm going to cut off here, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this little let's look at. And I'm stumbling over my words because I have been talking straight for how long? How long is this video? I don't even know. I didn't even look at the clock before I started, so my god, and my throat, my tongue is all dry and bleh, I can't talk anymore. Bleh. Okay, well, hope you guys actually decide to try out this game. It's a lot more fun than I thought it would be, and looks like it has quite a bit of replayability, so I'll see you guys next time.